Afternoon, guys. Hope you're well. Same Pro 7, mics on either side. Please be mindful that it's an open section that's a bit bigger because it's a Sunday's embargo. We'll set that embargo towards the end for 10:30 on Saturday evening. Start with Stuart, please.
Hi, Pep. Can I just start by asking you about Erling? Do you think he could set records in the Premier League over the next decade that might never be beaten?
If you continue with the numbers since he arrived, yeah. That will depend on the team, will depend on him as well. But it's an exceptional news for all of us, for the club. So when one player decides to sign this type of contract never had done before, it's because he want to show how desperate want to be here. Otherwise, all the agents and players always say, nah, sign 1 or 2 or 3 year contract and next one. Because 10 years, many things can happen. And that means a proof of confidence and trust for that club.
Do you think he can improve? He's done a lot already. Can he improve? Can he get better as a player in the course of the contract?
The contract itself will not make improving. It's himself what he desires. Of course can improve. All of us we can improve.
Just on another striker as well, you're going to face this weekend, Liam Delap, who you know well, obviously. Do you expect him to do as well as he has done so far for Ipswich in the Premier League?
He's doing really well. So many players came up for this academy. They are settled perfectly in the Premier League. When he was here, always we thought he's a typical striker, you know, for the Premier League, and he's doing really well. And we are happy for him.
Hi, Pep. You've mentioned about the length of contract. It is a big show of faith by Erling, given we obviously know about the charges and we know what people are saying that might happen to the club if that goes wrong. That is a big statement by Erling and everybody to commit to something when we know.
Absolutely, is what I said. Is the trust for the club to Erling, like, because you never know what can happen in the next year. So, but the club knows perfectly how professional it is. His commitment in every single game and every single day to show his talent, and of course for him, because you know in 10 years, man, wow, we never know what's going to happen. It's a long time, and always in a short careers, always you have to say, okay, stay, we see what happened, and he proved what he wanted, and the trust I said before, with the trust with the club.
You're a manager. It's your job to get more out of players. What can he improve on?
And many things. So he's, of course, the club and the team, myself as a manager, we have to create an environment, like create a lot of moments that he can intervene in when he is unstoppable. Because there is the best. And we have to, of course, in the relation, and more than that, understanding the game, in general, what happened during the game, what is the decisions you have to take, you have to make. So I think this is, but I think it's so young, still young, and I'm pretty sure with a mature that playing games and games and games is going to happen naturally.
Pep, obviously you work with Erling Haaland every day. What motivates him? Is it trophies? Is it personally to get better? Is it milestones like goals? I mean, what do you see?
I don't know. I didn't speak on him about what is your motivation. I think it's winning the next game. His motivation, score goals. I know he helped us a lot being there and score goals. But yeah, I don't have the feeling that he's a guy with the contract to say, okay, now I have this, I'm going to take a nap. I don't think it's not going to happen. I think he loves, you know, to play, and is a huge competitor. And but in the same time, the good moments and the bad moments have the ability to get rid of immediately. His mindset is really good to forget what happened, in the good, in the bad, and thinking in the next.
You also have been a player, and now you're a long-time manager here. Have you ever known of a player commit their future to a club for anything like this length of time?
Have you seen a player to extend 10 years contract?
What has to go into a player's thinking? Because you've been a player too, you've been in a dressing room.
I think he came from Norway. I think even maybe the weather here is better than he was born, and And he said it perfectly. I think what happened is that he loves the club, the people he's around. He loves the Premier League. He loves to be here with him, his wife, and now his father. So I think he visualized there is no better place that I could be right now in the next 10 years, I would say, you know, and that's why he and his family decide to do this step.
You weren't tempted by 10 years yourself when you extended earlier in the season?
Sorry?
You weren't tempted by 10 years extension yourself?
Well, next season now we do. If they still am here, we'll do 10 years. So he has to beat me.
Hi, Pep. Is Erling fit for Sunday? Because we saw him go down on his haunches a bit during the second half at Brentford. Just wondered if he's fit to start.
We'll see. Yesterday was recovery. Yesterday was day off. So now going to training, we'll see. Because some players, they finish with some problems, like every game, and we'll see.
And just one on Phil Foden, he scored twice in midweek. Obviously, he struggled a little bit with fitness and form and illness this season. How close are City fans now to seeing him back to his very best?
It's not bad what he is doing, I would say, lately. And I feel his mood when he smiles and he arrives and talks and whatever, we have to be calm. And in the first part of the year, was a little bit more concerned. Some niggles, was a little more concerned about what happened in my physical condition. He was a little bit more down. Apart from many, still is a young player, but already have experienced many things in many years. And sometimes you need to breathe and need to, to come back. And as much as, like I said, in this mood that they happened in the last 3 weeks, 1 month, his natural talent will do the rest.
Hi, Pep. You always say when it comes to contract negotiations with players and transfers that you leave it to Cheeky. What was your reaction when he told you that Erling was going to sign for 10 years?
I said, can you repeat? And he said to me, I said, sure? I said, yes. So, good news. That means a lot.
I know there's been no transfers announced yet, but there are obviously work going on in the background at the moment, players going for medicals, etc. You've always said that you've been really appreciative of the support that the board's given you when you've been in tough times. Is that, again, another show that they are still backing you in this position?
They have shown it. They have shown it not because they listen, when the players come, it's not because I decide. So it's the club. Bring the players here, being with his mates, with this manager or in other ones. It's for a process for the club. The club has to decide, we have to change some players or the manager or whatever. These players are able to do it. And that's why they decide. So the trust always have been there, and I think the last 2 months, month and a half, in other environment, I would not be here. So that's for sure. So always have been there.
Hi, Pep. A normal contract extension probably would be important to that one individual player, but there wouldn't be any kind of wider impact. But because it's Erling, because of his status in world football, the length of the deal, is it the kind of news that has an impact on the rest of the dressing room, that players who maybe are looking to come here, because there has been a little bit of uncertainty? Do you think it's the kind of thing that people look at and think? It
helps for sure. Now is the club, myself and everyone have to, I said before to Simon, I have to make the right environment to him, to express every game, every 3 days, every week, the best of him. So as a player, I have to deliver the actions, With Kevin in his prime, Erling will be better. And we'll make a finish business in these actions, and that is what we need. And I'm pretty sure, knowing the club, it's going to happen. Sooner or later, it's going to happen.
Hi, Pep. Erling said he had a chat with you before sort of deciding on his contract. Did you give him any advice beforehand?
Before,
when he was making his decision to sign the contract?
I don't remember. I think he chatted with me when it already was done. And after that, and we congratulate each other, and because he's making me a better manager, a better staff, that's for sure. He's helping me. Yeah, that's right.
And the 10-year contract, was that the club's idea or Erling's idea? How did it come to that figure?
Sorry?
How was it decided that it was 10 years? It's such a big contract and
Yeah.
we don't see them before. Was it the club or Erling who decided that?
Who decide? I think both. So if the club will not be, I think, agreed to offer this type of deal, he will not do it. If Erling is not completely pretty sure that I will live my 10 years, my life, until 34 years old, going to finish at 34 in this club, he will not sign. So nobody, I think both parts are happy and they did it.
So moving on from who decided, why is it so long from the club's point of view? Because it is a long contract. Why?
I don't know. When Erling go to the press conference, I think.
But you must know from the club's point of view why Cheeky and Ferran or whoever decided that 10 years. For example, the Mbappe deal, he goes to Real Madrid for free. Was it maybe to protect the value of this player? You don't want to see him walking away for free in his previous contract?
So I don't know the
expires.
reason. I don't know and I didn't ask. So because I think what happened in this kind of situation, because he feels it. He feels that it's the best, for me, for my career, playing in this club. It's no more difficult than that. And of course, he's a special player. To find a player like Erling is so difficult to find strikers in that level. Once we have it, why don't make the effort to keep him? And the club I'm pretty sure the huge effort to have him, and they decide.
That's what I was going to ask. I'm not saying he's as good as Messi, but in this generation, is he almost like the Lionel Messi?
No, nobody's like Messi.
Wait, for this generation, is he almost, like you're saying, a
It's
phenomenon?
a different type. It's a different type of play. Of course, it's the level of numbers, the score goals, is that level. But anyone who is like Leo. Leo have been like Cristiano, I would say. Both have been 14, 15 years, scoring amount of goals every season, arriving the last stages, and everyone. So Erling is a different type of player. Everybody knows it. But in terms of numbers, score goals, they are similar. Even I don't know in that age Erling, has right now. Leo or Cristiano how many goals scores, but it doesn't matter. All three, for example, what I said, and maybe Mbappe as well, they have an unbelievable number. So all of them are top. But Leo can play in different positions and can produce many things for his mate. So Leo is incomparable, and I think Cristiano have been there so close.
Just last one in the middle, please, for the embargo.
Hi, Pep. You have two Norwegians in your club. How is it to work with them?
Two Norwegians?
Yes.
Yeah, really good. Really good. Well educated, lovely guys, and yeah, really good. Really good.
Bob is injured now, but is it far away from getting back
No,
to the pitch?
I don't think so. Still has a little bit doubts because it's long time. Need to do that, but as much make at training sessions by training sessions, he will be fine.
Thank you.
Very welcome.